Hey, it's late September. Fall is upon us. The leaves on the maples are just starting to turn colors and they're dropping their little propellers. The garden is definitely changing. All the tomatoes have died from blight. Next year I will grow them along the house. I kind of rotate. The cucumbers that I let just sprawl on the ground have done fantastic, which is really interesting to me. The blueberries that were really sad when they were here are doing much better. I would have liked to have seen more growth, but they're happier than they were in their last location. I have strawberries. I'm trying to figure out where I can put my strawberries. I love them. I love strawberries. Where can I let them just go wild? So I don't know. I'm thinking along there, maybe under there, but when the raspberries are growing, it's too chaotic. So I don't know, because I'll show you when we get over there, but all of this stuff in the middle is strawberries. Honeyberries didn't do anything this year, but they're still pretty new. Let's see if I can set that there. The gigantic pumpkins that are supposed to get 800 pounds will not be 800 pounds, but they started late. I don't know if you can see how big they are. They're still a very large pumpkin like that you would buy at the store, so I'm pleased with that. We've got two good ones. I'll go show you the other one in a minute. I'll try and navigate in here. I've got some butternut squash that are ripening, and some of them are beautiful. Like this is a very nice, this is a very large butternut, and there's some more all throughout in here. I've got some Burgess buttercup squash in here. There's one. See if you can see it right here. And there's one right here. This is supposed to be a super productive variety. Well, it's not. The butternut does much better and I prefer it anyway. Look how this one is climbing up the sunflower. That's funny. This was our little corn patch, which we have just knocked over. And then as they rot a little bit, we will pull them out easier. This is a zucchini. The spray I did for the powdery mildew definitely staved it off, but it's getting to the point where it got down to 41 degrees last night. So we're getting pretty close to the end of their life anyway. So I come in and I just kind of pull off the old mildewy leaves. See, there's some more butternut squash that's not quite ripe yet. Some more over here. There's some more zucchini. Here's the other of the pumpkins. And over in here, there's some more squash up in here. There's another one here. And a little one there. Oh, it's pretty average. There's a summer, spaghetti squash there. And two butternuts behind there. Usually I try and pull them through, but I missed it. There's another spaghetti squash. Normally, the spaghetti squash goes bonkers. Here is what a cross-pollinated zucchini pumpkin of some sort looks like. A lot of people have a misunderstanding about how that works. They think that if I plant this squash and all of these together, the pollen mixing will give me weird fruit this year. That is not the truth. How it works is if the spaghetti squash and my butternut squash cross, the fruit will be the same this year, but the seed within the fruit will produce a different variety than this year. That's why this one, which came from a Romanesco zucchini, you can tell it has the same lines, but the shape is different. That's how it works. I've got some more. This little Zucchini hasn't been the happiest, and I've had some cucumber beetles this year, which I've never had, and I think that's part of why some of this struggled. Here's my wheelbarrow pulling down my tomatoes, pulling them out, and they're dropping fruit everywhere, and it's rotting and it's stinky. I need an easier way to get it out. Here's where I pulled all of my sweet potatoes. They've been curing in my oven with just the light on in a wet bag for like cloth diapers, but they weren't for diapers, to keep them wet, and for 10 days. And I will say, if I ever grow sweet potatoes again, I will not do them in the native soil. There's a ton left right under the line here and under the bed. It was miserable. I was down to my knees, and I don't know if you can see this. I got so down low and deep that we have, like, I grew up in Colorado. This is like Colorado soil color here. I'd never seen it in Washington. Anyway, I was really deep, and it was not fun. So look again, all these tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. And I'm being kind of merciless with the brown cherry, and it's not that I don't want them, but I really want my beets and everything else to do well. And look at all of these strawberries. Gotta move my strawberries. And oh yeah, I got so deep, I found this. I suspect it may have been part of an old shovel. I have no idea what this is. But yeah, I got really deep in my garden bed. The cucumbers that were growing vertically produced almost nothing, so that's why I'm pretty glad that the ones I let go wild did okay. Some of our greens, they're not going to be ready in time. We've got less than a month and they should be mature size by then. But that's life. I let my seedlings dry out, and now these ones are drowning. I have never successfully grown what I would consider a good eggplant. It's not my favorite, so I don't know why I keep trying. But I've got a couple over here. I don't know whether they'll mature in time. They're supposed to be short season. And then look at these peppers. They're pretty sad. I should just pull this one since there's not even fruit on it. This one is the Sugar Rush Peach, and it has tons of fruit, but none of them are colored. I don't know. This is the Jimmy Nardello. Again, none of them are red. My jalapenos are teeny tiny, and my aim is terrible. I'm sorry. My poblanos, they're okay. I probably could pick those if I had to. This Anaheim, I have one little teeny Anaheim pepper. More of the Sugar Rush Peach. No, actually that's Jimmy Nardello. That doesn't look like a Jimmy Nardello. It's too light. I'm guessing this is mislabeled. It's probably the Sugar Rush Peach. I don't know though, the shape does look more like a Jimmy Nardello than the Sugar Rush Peach. And this one again, look at my early jalapenos. Yeah, those are... Get out of the way, I'm trying to do videos, slowly. I can't do it. Anyway, they're teeny. Such is gardening. I did not like the Desi squash. It was just too hard to grow and manage. I won't grow it again. Swiss chard, lots of beautiful Swiss chard. Celery I probably won't grow next year just because we didn't use it. Look at all the strawberries. You can't even see the fruit. There's so many strawberries. I have more squash in here. I think I had 47 pounds I've harvested already. But there's more in here, and you can tell they're dying down. They're pretty tired. It's still trying to put out new fruit, which I really doubt will mature. But there's fruit in there. And think just are a different color. Kept waiting for them to turn green, but they didn't. So, and here's the other thing we're thinking about. Our property has all sorts of, we have a lot of property for us to manage by ourselves. And the underbrush is really hard to keep on top of. And so we are looking into getting chickens and pigs. We like pasture-raised pigs. If you've never eaten a pasture-raised pig, it tastes nothing like store-bought pigs. And I mean it. I highly recommend it. So we're thinking of getting an electric fence for each and using them to help us maintain this property, because it goes all the way down over there, way down. And then we've got some pasture over here and just more stuff. So if you have any tips or tricks, we'd love to hear your thoughts. We're really big into restorative agriculture. So we like Joe Salatin. We really appreciate Justin Rhodes and Guildbrook Farms and Art and Bree and a lot of those kind of things. I don't know if pigs will eat blackberries, but good heavens, we've got a lot. Speaking of blackberries, we also have rabbits, and I don't know. But that is part of why we purchased this property in the first place. So it would be nice to actually use it for what it was purchased for. And then our front orchard, there's a whole bunch of unmanaged property in the front as well. So we would probably intensively graze the chickens and the hogs in one place at a time and move them regularly, but we want them to disturb the soil. So we're pretty excited coming to the decision to finally do what we bought the property for. Let's see if I can pick these up with one hand. I cannot. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful time this early fall in your gardens. Stay safe and healthy and happy planning and dreaming for next year. Bye.